Stop overeating carbs. Here's the simple rule that resets your metabolism, the 1-to-1 protein-to-carb ratio. The average person consumes a shocking amount of sugar. Many eat over 100 pounds of sugar each year. This is not just the white sugar you see in a sugar bowl. It is hidden in our foods. Bread, sauces, yogurt, drinks. This constant flood of sugar is a major problem. It drives metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes. A recent meta-analysis in the BMJ from 2023 linked high consumption of free sugars to a significant increase in risk. It found a higher risk across 45 different negative health outcomes. Obesity, gout, heart disease. This is not a small issue. It is a public health crisis happening on our dinner plates every single day. This overload of carbohydrates has a direct effect on our bodies. When we eat carbs, our body breaks them down into glucose. Our pancreas then releases a hormone called insulin. But when we eat too many carbs too often, our blood sugar and insulin stay high. This constant high level of insulin is called hyperinsulinemia. It is a primary driver of insulin resistance, the root cause of many chronic diseases. In 60 seconds, I will give you the 1-to-1 protein rule that fixes this today. No calorie counting. The solution to this complex problem can be surprisingly simple. You do not need to count every calorie. You do not need to follow a complicated, restrictive diet. Start with one powerful, easy-to-remember guideline. I call it the 1-to-1 protein rule. For every gram of carbohydrate you eat, aim to eat 1 gram of protein. This simple ratio changes everything. It forces mindfulness. Protein is the most satiating macronutrient and minimally impacts blood sugar and insulin versus carbs. Not about eliminating carbs, about balancing them. This rule naturally lowers carbs while increasing protein. Balance carbs with protein to slow sugar absorption. That prevents sharp blood sugar spikes and crashes. This rule is not a diet. It is a nutritional principle. A simple guardrail to guide choices. Think of your plate. If it is filled with pasta, bread, rice, with only a tiny bit of meat, you are likely at a high carbs to protein ratio. The 1-to-1 rule asks you to rethink that plate. Instead of a huge bowl of pasta with a little meat sauce, choose a reasonable portion of meat sauce with a very small side of pasta, or zucchini noodles instead. Easy at home, in a restaurant, or on the go. Look at your food and make a rough estimate. Does the meal have about as much protein as carbs? To understand why carb creep is so damaging after 40, we need to understand some metabolic basics. Your body runs on energy from the food you eat, carbohydrates and fats. When you eat carbohydrates, they are converted into glucose. The body keeps blood glucose in a narrow range, storing excess in 2 tanks, liver glycogen and muscle glycogen. The first is your liver, about 100 grams of glycogen, to maintain stable blood sugar, especially for the brain. The second, much larger tank, is skeletal muscle, around 400 to 500 grams, fuel reserved for the muscles during activity. Muscle glycogen cannot be released back into the blood. When these tanks are full, overflow goes to fat. The liver converts excess glucose into new fat, de novo lipogenesis, which is stored in fat cells. As we become less active and lose muscle mass, sarcopenia, the muscle tank shrinks and is used less, yet many keep eating the same high-carb diet. Tanks stay full. Every meal overflows. That overflow is turned into fat. Weight gain, fatty liver, worsening insulin resistance. The sugar has nowhere to go. It stays in the blood causing damage, or gets stored as dangerous visceral fat. Skeletal muscle is the largest metabolic organ in the body. It plays a huge role in glucose disposal. In a healthy, active person, especially after exercise, muscles take up a large amount of glucose from the blood. However, at rest, muscles are not very hungry for glucose and prefer fatty acids. If you are sedentary, your largest glucose depot is effectively closed for business. Oral glucose tolerance. What it is, you drink a sugary liquid, your blood sugar is measured over the next 2 hours. Young, healthy response. Spike, then quick fall. With age and insulin resistance, blood sugar goes higher and stays high longer. Muscle cells are not responding well to insulin signal. Glucose cannot enter efficiently. Diabetes care study. Aging reduces post-meal glucose disposal, largely due to less muscle uptake. You eat carbs. Your blood sugar rises. Your insulin-resistant muscles ignore the glucose. The pancreas releases massive amounts of insulin. Chronically high insulin worsens insulin resistance. High insulin locks fat cells, preventing fat release. You become an efficient fat-storing machine and inefficient fat-burning machine. Eating carbs every few hours can be one of the worst things for metabolic health if you are over 40 and sedentary. This leads to a fundamental question: how many carbohydrates does the human body actually need to function? The official recommended dietary allowance is 130 grams per day, based on the brain's estimated glucose requirement. However, this is a misleading figure. Your body is perfectly capable of producing its own glucose through gluconeogenesis, primarily in the liver, from amino acids and glycerol. This means the dietary requirement for carbohydrates is, technically, 0. Your body can make all the glucose it needs. Now, this does not mean everyone should eat 0 carbohydrates. A very low-carb ketogenic diet can be therapeutic for some, but is not necessary for all. The 130-gram RDA is a ceiling, not a floor, especially high for sedentary adults over 40. Use titration. Start low and adjust upwards. Begin under 100 grams per day. Many do well at 50 to 75 grams. Focus on non-starchy vegetables and small amounts of fruit. At the same time, use the 1-to-1 protein rule to preserve muscle and control hunger. Maintain for a few weeks and observe energy, hunger, and body composition. Reintroduce carbs strategically to find your personal threshold, 75 grams for some, 150 for more active people. The RDA is generic, your metabolism is unique. Carbohydrates are not inherently evil, they are a source of quick energy. The problem is timing and amount. This is where the earn your carbs principle comes into play. Time your carbohydrate intake around periods of physical activity. Exercise radically changes how muscles handle glucose. During and after exercise, muscles can take up glucose without needing insulin. Resistance training is especially effective. Lifting weights. Resistance bands. Bodyweight moves. Squats. Push-ups. Your muscles act like a sponge for glucose and soak up carbs to replenish glycogen. A 2019 review highlighted that post-exercise carbs are crucial to replenish muscle glycogen. Put most of your daily carbs in the meal after your workout. They refuel muscles, not fat stores. Enjoy carbs without metabolic downside. Instead of toast for breakfast, oatmeal at lunch, and a big plate of rice at dinner, shift your intake. Protein and fat breakfast. Protein and fat lunch. After an afternoon workout, have dinner with sensible carbs like sweet potato or quinoa. Even without formal workouts, a brisk 20-minute walk after a meal lowers blood sugar spikes. Rule: move your body to earn your carbs. More active equals more carbs tolerated. Less active equals fewer carbs. Following the 1-to-1 rule naturally increases your protein intake, and the benefits go far beyond balancing carbs. Protein repairs and builds tissues, including metabolically active muscle. Essential amino acids, especially leucine, trigger muscle protein synthesis. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that around 30 grams of high-quality protein in a meal maximally stimulates muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Eating small amounts spread all day is less effective. Aim for at least 30 grams at each main meal. When you eat at least 30 grams of protein, it stimulates gut hormones like glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1, the same pathway targeted by modern weight loss medications. GLP-1 slows stomach emptying and signals to your brain that you are satisfied, reducing snacking and overeating. Starting your day with a high-protein breakfast, the first meal effect, improves blood sugar control for the entire day, and blunts responses to later meals. A small protein snack before bed, specifically casein from cottage cheese or Greek yogurt, provides slow-digesting amino acids overnight to support repair and reduce muscle breakdown. Protein timing matters. Hit the 30-gram threshold per meal, start with protein at breakfast, and consider casein before sleep. Your hunger hormones, muscles, and metabolism will thank you. Certain food categories are particularly destructive to your metabolic health, especially over 40. I call them the 4 horsemen. The first is sugary drinks, sodas, fruit juices, sweet teas, fancy coffee drinks. These beverages are pure liquid sugar, delivering massive fructose and glucose loads with no fiber, a primary driver of fatty liver disease and insulin resistance. Swap them for water, sparkling water, herbal tea, or black coffee. The second horseman, refined grains and starches. white bread, pasta, white rice, sugary cereals, pastries, crackers, stripped of fiber and nutrients. They spike glucose and insulin and do not keep you full. Swap cauliflower rice or a small portion of quinoa, lettuce wraps, or high-protein, low-carb wraps. The third horseman, industrial seed and vegetable oils, soybean, corn, canola, cottonseed, sunflower, highly processed and rich in omega-6. Excess omega-6 relative to omega-3 promotes inflammation, a contributor to insulin resistance. Cook with olive, avocado, coconut oil, butter, or ghee. The final horseman, low-fat processed foods. When fat is removed, manufacturers add sugar, refined flour, and additives. Often more sugar than ice cream. These foods are nutritional disasters. Embrace healthy natural fats. Choose the full-fat version of yogurt, cheese, and make your own olive oil-based dressings. Eat the whole egg, not just the whites. Even with the best intentions, common mistakes sabotage metabolic health. One of the most frequent is nighttime eating, especially carbohydrates. Insulin sensitivity is lower in the evening. This is your circadian rhythm. Eating a large carb-heavy meal late, or snacking on cookies and chips at night, is a recipe for high blood sugar and fat storage. Set a clear cutoff time, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Make your last meal protein-focused and lower in carbs. Another mistake is prioritizing cardio over resistance training. Cardio helps the heart, but does little to maintain muscle, the glucose storage powerhouse. Chasing quick fixes and yo-yo dieting damages metabolism and costs muscle. Adopt sustainable principles like the 1-to-1 protein rule. Consistency beats short-term perfection. Grazing on carbs every 2 to 3 hours is a metabolic disaster. Each eating event spikes insulin. Frequent snacking keeps insulin elevated and blocks fat burning. Eat satisfying, protein-rich meals that keep you full for 4 to 6 hours. That break lets insulin return to baseline, essential for metabolic health. The average American eats nearly double their caloric need. The fix is not punishment. It is smarter structure. Protein first, carbs earned, fats natural, and fiber as a blood glucose speed bump with a better carb-to-fiber ratio. Let us put all this together into a practical daily blueprint, not a rigid plan, but a flexible template. For breakfast, break your overnight fast with protein and healthy fat. 3 scrambled eggs with spinach and avocado, or full-fat Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder and a handful of berries. Avoid cereal, toast, or pastries. For lunch, continue the protein and fat focus. A large salad with grilled chicken or salmon dressed with olive oil, a bunless burger with steamed vegetables, or leftovers from a protein-rich dinner. The goal of your first 2 meals is to keep carbohydrates low, keeping insulin low, encouraging your body to burn stored fat. Dinner is where you can be strategic with carbohydrates, especially if you have been active or taken a long walk. Steak or fish, a large portion of vegetables, plus sensible carbs, half a sweet potato, a small scoop of quinoa, or some beans. The 1-to-1 protein rule is your guide. Ensure the portion of protein is at least as large as the portion of carbohydrates. Properly structured meals reduce snacking. If needed, choose protein-centric snacks, nuts, a hard-boiled egg, cheese, or jerky. Use the carb-to-fiber ratio to slow glucose. The single most important first step: analyze your next meal. Look at your plate and ask, is there at least as much protein as carbohydrate? Start there. Backed by evidence, British Medical Journal 2023, on free sugars, diabetes care, on age and glucose disposal. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition on the 30-gram protein threshold. Sports nutrition reviews on post-exercise glycogen. Stop carb creep. Use the 1-to-1 protein rule. Earn your carbs. If this helped, subscribe, share, like, and comment.